Chaos on the tail end of his cross Canada tour. Well, you've done some international stuff recently too. I mean, you were just over in the UK. You got a couple other international dates coming too, right?
We're gonna go to Australia. We're doing a Japan festival called Fuji Festival. Just took some time off to take no time off. You got to rest and then go.
What have you been doing in that rest time other than just trying to, regroup, if you will?
It's a loaded question. In short, and again, I'm gonna try to paraphrase as much as possible. Like I was about to make a record, and like I got a call from a friend of mine named Matt Babel. You guys might know him. He was on like Much Music, and he was like, "Yo, like Drake was asking about you." And I go, "What was he saying?" He's like, "I walked into the studio and he was playing like Sunday Morning in the Rain in the studio, like super loud. Like, where is this dude?" And so he reached out. I met him at a bar at a club, and he was like, "Yo, where's your next record? Like, what are you doing?"
It's been a minute. It's been a
minute. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out my record label situation. You know, the world has changed. It's about streaming now. My records used to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the label's like, I'll give you like $5 to make a record." Drake's like, "No, I'm gonna pay for your record." Nice. He literally was like, "But you have to give me a Chaos record. Like, I want an Atlantis, like a Joy for Rebellion." So that took like 4 months to figure out. But in short, he executive produced this new record,
which is fantastic.
I finished it last summer. It's 10 songs. So I'm just trying to figure out when I'm going to drop it. And, I'm touring. I'm starting to get back out there again. It's like, it's been a minute. We use the term longevity, but a lot of that is just when you're doing it for so long, sometimes you forget how to do it. So I'm just doing this cross-Canada tour right now where I'm doing small venues, just taking it to the people. I'm not trying to be extravagant or go over the top. I just want to like get out there, play my songs, and like meet the people.
It's great getting you're reconnecting with the ones that knew you from those early days of Exit and Joyful and Atlantis, and then you got a bunch of new fans who are discovering your music.
They're bringing their kids.
Isn't it crazy? What?
You know what I mean? I ended up hanging out with this girl my age. Like, this is my 18-year-old daughter. I wanted to introduce her to your music. It is just a wild experience, and it's beautiful if you can be around that long to see that happen.
Unbelievable. Chaos here in the studio on At Night. 20-year anniversary coming up in August for Joyful Rebellion.
That's crazy. Just when you're saying it. Yeah, it's been 20 years. We got some ideas. We might do a tour where I do the whole record, but more than anything, I'm just like happy that people are still interested in it.
Yeah.
And when I do songs off that record, whether it's Man I Used to Be or Crab Bucket, at the shows, people know them and they sing the lyrics, and it's just wild. It's so like it's awesome.
I'm sure the vibe is crazy. You're in a smaller venue now. You're not doing the big amphitheaters and things like that. Do you feel those smaller, intimate shows? I mean, you've always brought it, no matter whenever you're on stage. It's great, but those intimate shows now.
I think two things, and then I always try to be honest. This all started because Lil Jazz, or LJ2, who's my DJ, couldn't do this tour, and like he's been my DJ for. I was like, the tour's called Me, Myself, and I. I'm like, what if I just did this myself? Was the first idea. And so that started it being like, it's going to be in smaller places. But then I remembered like seeing the Rolling Stones at the Horseshoe.
Yeah.
And like, there was just a different energy. They kill the Rogers Center 3 nights in a row. But when when a band like that plays like where they started from, it just puts you in a whole new mindset, because there's no bells and whistles. There's no catering. Yeah. There's no showers. There's no underwear and socks when you get back there. You're kind of grimy from your last night in Powell River as you go to like Victoria. And then you start remembering what it was like being, 24, 25-year-old doing this. And that's what you have to remember, because I feel like why a lot of bands and musicians don't continue to give you what you love them for is because their situation changes. They're in private jets. Don't get me wrong, private jets are great. Don't get me wrong, 5-star hotels are great. But for you to really make the music, to me, I'm about the music. And I think I've already written 5 songs on the road, being in a situation that I wouldn't have written if I was just like playing Massey Hall and I went straight from the tour bus to like some really cool soup backstage. I don't want no soup, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just give me like a beer and like some like, chips, and let me write this music. That's what I'm about. And again, that's what I'll pass on to all you artists out there who are listening. You're going to succeed. You're going to do well. But do a tour where you have to go back in time, and you're going to see what you're really made of.
Damn. Chaos. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for coming in, man.
Respect. Thank you for having me.